Welcome back to Notre Dame Day. I'm Pete Byrne, class of '99. Our next guest needs no introduction to Notre Dame football fans, but we're going to give him one anyway. We're joined now by the head coach of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, Marcus Freeman. And, Coach, last year you completed a 10-win season in your second year as head coach. You've led your team to unbelievable, memorable wins over top-ranked programs. You've coached All-Americans. You have coached consensus and unanimous All-Americans is what I'm trying to say. And now we get to talk a little bit about Notre Dame football. So first and foremost, thanks for spending a few minutes out of your busy day to chat Irish football with us.
Glad to be here.
All right. So this Saturday, you guys wrapped up your third spring here with the annual Blue Gold game, a tradition that we all know and love here. From your perspective as a coach, what did you see in that game that kind of encompasses how you feel about the way this spring went for you guys?
Well, I think you saw a little bit of good on both sides of the ball, right? And that's what you want, a competitive, some type of competitive game. We limited what we could do on both sides of the ball, but I wanted to see some type of competitive game. And there was a lot of good on both sides, and it came down to the last drive, and ultimately the blue team found a way to win.
I love how competitive it gets at the end of the day. I'm sure you do, too, because while they're all your players, it's still about competing, right?
Absolutely. There's a winner and loser, and that's why you name head coaches that take that game serious and let the players have some ownership in terms of drafting teams. And so you want to make it as competitive as you can. You want to be safe, but at the end of the day, that competitive nature was just going to make us better.
I want to talk to you a little bit about your quarterback position right now. I think people were hoping and want to see Riley Leonard at some point, as I know you do too as well. But we got to see the other three guys play at kind of a high level, and I'm assuming that you probably feel like you've got a wealth of options there at this point.
Yeah, we have a great quarterback room, and I'm really pleased with the healthy competition that they have. Like, at the end of the day, there's going to be one quarterback that takes the field when we play against Texas A&M. But for those guys to have such a good relationship and make each other better, it's been really good. Credit to our offensive coordinator, Mike Denbrock, and Gino Gaduli, our quarterbacks coach, for that culture that's being promoted in that room. And there's a lot of good out of everybody. Riley was hurt. He started off practice, got hurt, and he was able to make it back in some non-competitive stuff. And so you were able to see a little bit out of all four quarterbacks that show you that, hey, we got a chance to be pretty special.
Since you mentioned about, I'll go to Coach Denbrock. You've got a couple of new coaches on your staff this season. He's the offensive coordinator, and I'm curious what he brings to complement your staff, and then also how perhaps he enhances what you bring as a head coach with a defensive background, given his experience as an offensive coordinator.
Yeah, we spent 4 years together at Cincinnati, and I know the brilliant mind that he has, but also that competitive spirit that he brings to our offense. And he understands Notre Dame. He's been here previously. So to get him back here, to have that solid leadership, and really to have a guy that's implemented his offense in so many different places, but also is tailored it. It's different than what I saw every day in practice when we were at Cincinnati. And so I love the innovative enhancements that he's made to his offensive thinking and his offensive philosophy. And I really like our offensive staff. Right, 3 of those guys have been together during our time at Cincinnati. And so there is a camaraderie amongst that staff that you can see is permeating to the players.
He's evolving, as I know you like to do. Was that something you knew when you started the interview process to bring him here, or was that a pleasant surprise after you got him here?
I think the interview process with Mike Denbrock started when we were going against each other at Cincinnati.
Sure.
And he was innovative then, right? Utilizing the personnel to really create conflict for defenses. I know because I was on the defensive side of the ball. And then I followed him as he was at LSU and what he was doing with his personnel there. And, again, I knew what type of offense he was going to bring in terms of it's not about plays, it's about players and putting them in position to really succeed and finding ways to get those guys the ball and in space. And I knew what he would bring to this offense. It was just being able to convince him that, hey, let's come back to South Bend and take over this offense at Notre Dame.
The other new coach I wanted to chat with you about is Lauren Landau, your strength coach. I think maybe other than the head coach, the strength coach may have more to do with instilling the culture of a team because he spends so much time with the guys. What have you seen from him that you've been happy with?
Oh, he's been tremendous from the minute he's walked in. And as I told him in the interview process, there was something specific I was looking for, a guy that could truly have understand what it takes to run a college strength conditioning program, but also make sure that he has an individualized approach to our players, right? And how can we utilize the science and utilize the feedback that we have around our players to really take a look at each individual. How can we make this guy reach his full potential? And love what he's been able to do. I love the response of our players. Right, our players have bought in, and that probably is more important to me than anything. Is that the players believe in what he's doing, and it's been really positive since he's gotten here.
Saturday was exciting for you guys for several reasons. In addition to the game, you guys broke ground on your new facility, Shields Hall, which I know you've been working for a while. What will this facility allow you guys to do and enhance that you perhaps weren't able to do before?
I think more than anything, it gives our players truly an opportunity to have every resource at their hands to maximize who they are, right? And in terms of state of the art, just everything, right? Not just one specific area. I don't believe that we are underdeveloping our players, but I do believe we've almost outgrown the facility we're in. And so how do we get a bigger facility, and with this new facility have brand new, forward-thinking, state-of-the-art technology? And I'm really excited for the future of Notre Dame football. And it's a testament to our university and the commitment and those former players that really had fundraised this new building, their commitment to our players. This is for our players, and I've always said this, recruits will see how you treat your players.
Yeah.
And I hope everybody sees that we are all invested in making sure our players have endless possibilities to succeed.
As you talk about these endless possibilities, for the folks that probably can't fathom what goes into running a college football program now, what are some of the nuts and bolts of this facility that you guys now have or will have when it's completed?
Well, I think it starts with, the nutrition area, right? And really being for all student athletes, to be a place where they can go and be around other student athletes, but also get the type of nutrition that they need to perform at the demands that they're being asked to. That's going to be so important. And our locker room is going to be amazing, but also the chiro and the medicine and the sports analytics and all those different things, how we teach them, right? That's big for me, is that are we giving them every possible tool to learn, right? Are we giving our coaches every possible tool to teach the players? And so that to me was the biggest thought process in creating this new building, is how do we enhance the way we teach, how do we utilize our resources, but also how do we make sure that we still celebrate the history and the greatness of Notre Dame football.
I'm going to put you on the spot real quick. I got a trivia question for you.
All right.
Frank Leahy, Eric Barsegian, Dan Devine, Lou Holtz. Do you know what those guys have in common?
They're all national championship head coaches.
They're all national championship head coaches. They all won their first championship in year 3, which is right where you are now. And I know that you would love to win a championship more than anything else. As you think about this team, as you think about this season, as you think about the changes in college football with the 12-team playoff and how exciting that is, what excites and motivates you about what you guys are about to undertake the next several months?
It's a brand new group of talent. It's a new group of coaching, and how do we mold this group to really go perform at as highest of a level as we can? You've heard me say this before, at those 12 guaranteed opportunities that we have, right? And that's what this is about, is to get this new talent and mold it. And let's go. We work a lot of days for 12 really opportunities to show how good we are. And so I don't want to rush the journey and think about where the outcome will be. We all know the expectations at Notre Dame, and we don't shy away from them. That's why we're all here. But at the same point, let's enjoy this journey. Let's enjoy building this group to where we need to go, and then let's let the season take us where it needs to go.
Yeah, you can't look ahead, but I think I speak for everyone watching today that we're hoping for a 13th opportunity out in the cold at Notre Dame Stadium, then a 14th somewhere warm, then a 15th in primetime somewhere.
That sounds like a perfect formula to me.
All right. Appreciate your time as always, Coach.
Thanks, Pete.
Marcus Freeman, head football coach here at Notre Dame. And that is going to do it for this hour at Notre Dame Day, but we will be back tonight with more from Notre Dame Day 2024.